Let's stick with international headlines for the time being. A live look right now out of Gaza. The Israeli Defense Forces are bracing for a military response from Iran following the killing of the Hamas political leader in Tehran earlier this week. The elimination of Hamas's top leaders throw a ceasefire deal in question. And for the latest on what's going on in the Middle East, we are going to be joined now by Hussein Abdul Hussein, a research fellow at the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies. Hussein, a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us here. I'd like you to start by detailing for our viewers how likely an Iranian response is, and if that is very likely, how soon we may see that.
Well, we've seen an uptick in Iranian media in terms of threats to Israel. They've produced all kinds of propaganda videos, and social media is buzzing. The Iranian accounts are buzzing with threats, saying basically that our missiles are coming and they will hit you. Now, how serious is this? How big it will be? Judging by past experience, we know that Israel's response, as in its response after Soleimani's death, assassination, or its response on April 14, it's always been that Iran's bark is much louder than its bite. So we'll see. Everyone, I think, right now is waiting and anticipating, but we'll see what happens.
For those of our viewers that aren't following this news so closely, if you can just explain to them what is Iran's involvement with Hamas and why is Haniyeh in Tehran? We do have a live look, actually, out there.
Well, Iran, after it concluded its war with Iraq in 1988, Iran has decided not to fight direct wars, it seems. And since then, it has set up a few proxy militias, the most famous of which, of course, and the oldest of them is Hezbollah in Lebanon. But they also have the Houthis in Yemen. They have a dozen in Iraq. And Hamas, which is unlike the others, it's not Sunni. It's not Shia. It's Sunni, but it still caucuses with Iran. It's aligned with Iranian politics and policies. So Iran has sponsored Hamas to a great extent in terms of training and funding and support. What Haniyeh was doing was that Haniyeh is based in Doha in Qatar. And he was visiting Iran on the occasion of the inauguration of its new president. And that's why he was spending the week in Tehran when he was killed.
Hussein, I'd like to pull up a tweet now as we continue on this conversation. This is from Joe Truzman saying, the killing of Ismail Haniyeh is one of the most significant achievements to date for Israeli intelligence. Moreover, it was executed in a hostile foreign country. What has been the world reaction to this assassination?
Well, of course, my colleague Joe gets it right. I think this was really a masterclass operation. It's just, I mean, Haniyeh was in a very fortified compound that is directed and supervised by the RGC, the main militia under Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. So to get him inside of that compound, that was really a breakthrough. And of course, Haniyeh, for anyone who doesn't know, he was the chief of Hamas's political bureau. Now, he didn't have really a say on the military, which is under Yahya Sinwar inside of Gaza. But he's been one of the loudest voices and one of the main images and decision makers of Hamas over the past 3 decades at least.
The IDF has also confirmed that Hamas military commander Mohammed Deif was killed earlier in the month, and also that a top Hezbollah leader was also taken out. What has led to the increase in more top leaders being assassinated, taken out by Israel? Is this just standard? Is there more intelligence? Or is this what happens when we're nearing a ceasefire deal?
Well, I think this is a lesson that Israel learned from its last major war with Hezbollah in 2006, because after 33 days of war and a lot of destruction, Israel did not kill any major Hezbollah personality, whether military or political at the time. So since then, I think the Israelis have worked hard on building their capabilities. And since October 7, when Hamas started this war, and October 8, when Hezbollah followed suit, I think the Israeli intelligence community has been really impressive. They've taken out the top 12 commanders of Hamas, the top 8 commanders I'm sorry, the top 12 commanders of Hezbollah, the top 8 commanders of Hamas. So this is like taking out the main figures, the generals, and we know that when you take these guys out, the military capabilities of these militias is weakened substantially. So I think this has been a game changer. This is a new tactic. We haven't seen this before. And this has been so far very impressive on the Israeli side.
Here on the screen, we can see these photos. Excuse me, we're going to pull them back up here of some of the top leaders that have been taken out thus far during this war. Hussein, meanwhile, the U.S. is sending more troops to the Middle East. They're possibly preparing for that retaliation to come. Tell me, how does the U.S. have to approach this very delicate situation?
Well, I think the most important thing is to make sure that Iran doesn't take this a step too far. So if it's something along the lines of April 14, I think, of course, the US and the UK and maybe other countries such as Jordan will jump in and shoot down whatever Iran is shooting at Israel. But if this goes further, I think then our Israeli allies will need US support and assistance. And it's good to have military assets at this point over there so that the Iranians know that if they want to take this further, there'll be a bigger response to whatever they're doing.
And finally, Hussein, what will you be paying attention to over the next several days? What should we be on the lookout for?
Well, number one would be the size of the Iranian response, whether it'll be as big as April 14. And number two, and this is more important, whether Israel this time will let go like it did after April 4 and April 14, the action and the reaction, whether Israel will just slap Iran on the wrist like it did the last time, or actually take it out against the Iranians, so that to make sure that this doesn't become a new habit, that every now and then Iran decides that it will retaliate for whatever activity that Israel does in the region.
All right, and we're going to leave it at that. Hussein Abdul Hussein, a research fellow there for the FDD. We appreciate your time continuing to follow this story. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.